Hello, my name is Vera.
And my name is Joey.
Welcome to the tutorial for the Citizen Advocacy Athens-Clarke Database Management System. In this tutorial, we will go over the application and the corresponding web tools used to make this application possible. This system uses two technologies, Zoho Creator for the database and functionality, and a Google site for the user interface. In this phase of the project, you will be able to add information to the database and view monthly reports in a user-friendly application.
So here is your database management system, and what I'm going to do is show you how your old database didn't exactly capture everything you needed, and explain to you how it's fixed in our system. So here's your old database. Basically, you have one table that represents all the different people who are involved in your organization, such as board members, staff members, donors, partners, and advocates. It holds all their contact information and whether they've donated or not, and typically an advocate and a partner aren't typically going to donate, and this currently your system has everything in there which isn't applicable to those certain people. It's also got connections to people in the system that are good for donors, but they're not good if that actual person is in the system because they're already connected. So this table right now doesn't fully capture all the information that's needed in the database, because really what you need to do is separate those out into different entities or tables of information. This needs to be, instead of being one spreadsheet, this needs to be multiple spreadsheets. So what we did is exactly that. And Vera is going to show you our user interface and how to access that, and then I'll go into the back end to explain how the database actually works.
So this is our Google site that we've created, and what you can do is you go the different links on the side. If you wanted to add an advocate, you go add advocate, and it pulls up a form. And on this form there are required fields, and those are indicated by the star, the red stars. So we're going to fill it out right now to show you how it works. So we added an advocate. We're adding all the information that's supposed to be needed. And what we're going to do is we're going to submit this. And what this is going to do is send it to a database. And Joey will show you later how that database works. But all you have to do is whatever you want to add. You can add an advocate, a donation, a donor, partner, whatever you need to do, and just add it here. We also have a monthly reports. So once in every month, you can come over here and generate a report and see how you're doing. And you can also print this out and show it to whoever you need to show it to. So now Joey's going to show you how the back end works.
So here's the back end of our system. So basically what you saw on the first page or on the user interface, which you'll be interacting with most of the time, is the data input form of part of our site. So as you can see in donors, you can add their full name, their email address, and all that information. And then when you get to the donation part, you can see that you can add the donor who made the donation, put the amount or the date of their donation, the amount, and then submit that to the database. So as we can see, we got Larry Page giving $99. Reason is something, and we didn't send a thank you note. So you submit that to the system, and you go to the back end on our database side, and you can see that all the different pages are laid out in these 6 separate categories, which is basically what I meant when I said that you needed to separate out all the information. So if we go to the donations tab, you can see the same input form is still there, which is stored in this part of the system, but we pretty much put that in your user interface. And you can see that the donations view, that donation that we put in got put right here. So you can see the donation amount, $99. It's stored in this database system, and you can see all the related information about that. And especially when it comes to donations, you can see there's a report generated based on the month that you sent in a check, and it gives you the amount of money based on that. So that's basically how your database system works. We separated out the various different people in your database, and we added specific information and put those into different sections. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and there will be more phases to come. Thank you so much.